Here we are in the dark at Detroit Moped Works. That's my fixed gear bicycle that I had to ride here when they cleared Michigan Avenue because both of our cars at the house were submerged underwater and have got soaking wet electrical and are not in a state to be used currently. But came to check on this wonderfully dark and silent shop. The only noise we hear is the neighbor's generator running. Was feeling pretty optimistic about the basement situation here. It's never flooded before, despite some big floods we've had in the street. So it's feeling good. It turns out that my optimism was misdirected. It is just a terrible, terrible mess. The stuff actually was not just laying all over the floor, but as happens in a flood, things raise up in the water, and if they're not balanced well, they tip over and create situations like this where all these wonderful old horns are now sitting in that kind of sludge. I'll call it in a nice way. These miscellaneous parts totally submerged here. A lot of disgusting filth all over the floor. Again, bins knocked over. Try not to keep any cardboard down here, but it does occasionally get down here between sorting. Yeah, these bins of headlights were on those shelves, and when they flooded, I guess they floated out here, knocked tires loose, knocked cylinders away. A lot of cleaning up to do around here, so I do not feel optimistic that we will be open by Monday. Hard to say. A lot of that's going to be contingent on the power situation. With no power here, we are unable to run dehumidifiers and fans and lights to see cleaning in here. You know, again, this is not the state that this basement's normally in. Normally these beautiful LED tubes keep the place illuminated. The bins are not there. They're in their appropriate places, but everything is floated around here. My garbage can, which was once upright, is now tipped over as it floated away and threw all of this other previously sorted material on the ground. Got a bin of old switches, which will need to be dried and maybe salvaged. I don't know. You're gonna have to do a lot of that. Around here, bins of seats. The paint from the outside is apparently floated in a way that it is turned upside down. So let's see if that can be righted without spilling all over the place. A lot of stuff is up on shelves, and a lot of the plastic bins did hold, but again, a lot of them floated away and knocked themselves over. Our white paper for taking pictures is no longer going to be used for that. This room here had previously been full of a whole bunch of Solexes. I had these wonderfully stacked bins of seats sorted by brand and type. They're obviously no longer as such. This is my first time walking into here. But it's pretty incredible the amount of water that has made its way down into this room. Little kid's scooter apparently floated across the room. I guess maybe the wood and the inflated tires and the hollow gas tank floated it across the room. A little derby motorcycle, soaking wet. Lots of Solexes, didn't come in great shape, but will now need additional help to come back to life down here. So that is our current challenge, is reorganizing all of these things, trying to dry this place out, seeing what isn't damaged. I guess we can use the optimism that my neighbor at home used and say this is a time that we can finally throw away a lot of the items which we should have thrown away a while ago. At this moment, I don't share that optimism, but hopefully once the power is back on, the equipment is in here, the staff is in here, I can regain some of that optimism. But right now I'm just looking at a lot of items that will need to be dried and wiped down and or thrown away. So this is the current challenge update. Detroit Moped Works 2021 flood. Oh boy. Oh boy. I will keep you guys updated.